There's a flashlight that's on one rock. If you barely touch it, it'll turn on.
Probably about 10, 15 feet, and then it dead ends.
On July 1st, 2021, in Mabua Sehuba, Botswana, on the Botswana side of Kalagadi Transfrontier Park, Robert Hoffmeyer camped with his brother-in-law, Andy. The campsites had no fences, which meant wild animals could pass through at any time. It was their first night. Around 6 a.m., while darkness covered the camp, they stood outside the tent brushing their teeth and getting coffee ready. Suddenly, two bright eyes shone back in the light from a headlamp. A young male lion was standing about 8 meters away. They rushed to safety as fast as possible. From inside the vehicle, Robert grabbed his camera. Then came the moment that made his stomach drop. The lion had already walked straight into the tent. A few moments later, the animal came out with a pillow locked in its mouth.
It was in our tent, and then it came out with sitting under the tree over there.
It settled under a nearby tree and slowly chewed on it while the sound of ripping fabric carried through the silent camp. After a brief pause, the lion turned back once more.
I really hope it was your pillow, Andy.
It was.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Mine's a similar color. Yeah, is that yours? It's covered in slobber now. Yeah, that was a bit scary. Okay, now he's gonna go and get my pillow. Oh my dear. We got snacks.
It went into the tent again and pulled out more gear, dragging a sleeping bag across the dirt, like taken prey. The two men stayed frozen inside the car, watching it continue.
Oh my goodness.
Could you just drive a bit closer, maybe? Just keep an eye out for others.
What troubled Robert most afterward was the timing. If he had not looked up at that exact second, they may have noticed the lion only when it was already standing beside them.
Is that I had just happened to look in the direction the lion was approaching from. If I had not looked up, or if he had approached from behind the car or tent.
And trying to run from a lion would have been dangerous. They moved the vehicle closer to the tent to cover the entrance, but the lion kept circling the camp, calm but curious. When it could not get back inside, it grabbed a camping chair and dragged it into the bushes.
The lion continued to circle around the tent, so we moved the car as close as we could to the entrance to the tent to stop him from going in there again. While a lion in one's tent is rare, because uninformed visitors leave taps running or bowls of water out for them, rather than leaving them to live normal lives in their natural habitat. Most visitors sleep in rooftop tents or caravans, so they are relatively safe. Once the lion realized he was blocked from entering the tent, he went and grabbed my camping chair and ran off into the bushes and chewed that for a while. Eventually the lion got bored of playing with our things and moved off into the darkness.
You messaged it.
We came back a few hours later to assess the damage.
There's Andy's pillow. Got a bit of lion slobber on it. Otherwise, absolutely fine. Your pillow?
I can use this again.
Why not? 100%. Let's have a look inside the tent. He's ripped my bag open.
What?
Yeah.
Ripped your bag?
Yeah.
He's not.
The lion continued moving around the tent. Although a lion entering a tent is rare, lions are known to move through camps in the Mabua area. Some visitors leave taps running or put bowls of water outside, accidentally teaching animals to return to these open campsites instead of staying within their normal patterns. Travelers often sleep in rooftop tents or caravans, which provide stronger protection. Eventually, after long minutes that felt longer, the lion vanished back into the darkness. Later that morning, they checked the damage. The pillow was soaked with lion saliva. The bag had deep bite marks. The tent fabric had several small holes. That night, they decided not to sleep in the tent. Instead, They remained inside the car. Because once a lion has already entered your tent in the dark, a thin wall of fabric no longer feels protective at all. In places where nature still moves freely, one small moment can change everything. If you had stepped outside that tent and seen those eyes in the darkness, what would you have done next? Metro on the Move is a YouTube channel centered on backpacking and hiking routes across the United States. His videos are normally informative and well-made, but in this specific upload, he captured something that once more could have gone very wrong. He was camping in the White Mountains with several other hikers. It was near morning when something suddenly woke him by hitting the outside of his tent. It did not take much time for him to understand that a bear was outside and it was actively targeting the tent. He quickly started yelling to try to scare it off, and luckily that worked. At least at first the bear moved back, but it did not fully leave the area. That was when he grabbed his camera and started filming.
Oh my god, dude. I just got attacked by a bear out here. Oh my god, dude. It's got a claw mark in it. Holy. Oh my god, dude.
Good morning.
Oh my god, dude. That's on my tent, dude. It attacked my tent. Hey! Oh my god.
Give me the pole.
Hey, go! Hey! Yeah. Bear attacked my tent. Hey guys, wake up, guys.
He's coming to you guys.
Which way? Throw rocks. Hit it. Where is it? Up?
Oh, he's there.
Right where?
Hey, Bear.
Bear! Oh my god.
He's right there, just next to you. That's me. Behind you. Yes. No running.
No, I'm getting in the light.
Get out here, Bear.
There he is.
Get away.
Go!
Eventually, they were able to make the bear leave, but it is still frightening how suddenly it chose to attack. It is disturbing to imagine what might have happened if the bear had completely ripped through the tent and reached him. Thankfully, he was not by himself. Several other campers were close by, and their presence likely helped frighten the bear and make it retreat. As for the person who became curious, walked into the darkness to check where the bear had gone, and then had to run back, that was extremely unsafe. In the end, nothing serious occurred. Only a few claw marks remained on the tent, and a strong story to remember. Moments like this show how fast a quiet campsite can become tense when wildlife gets too near people. If you woke up and heard claws scratching against your tent in the dark, what would you do first? The next clip comes from Bigfoot R, CAUK-based overland and wilderness exploration channel focused on remote forest camping, wildlife tracking, and cryptid or big cat investigations. It was filmed on April 21st, 2024 in Fernworthy Forest, United Kingdom.
Hi, Trail Traders. Overland Dave here. It's about 12:15, 12:15, but just been woken up by a roar and a scream, actually.
Overland Dave and the Trail Traders team make camp deep in the woods about 2 miles from an area known for big cat sightings. The setting is dark and quiet, with only a small fire cutting through the silence. Earlier that day, they had seen a young deer with its mother, a quiet sign that predators might be nearby.
No, there's evidence. We found that young deer dead this morning. You know, they need to hunt once a week for a big deer or whatever.
Without warning, he wakes to a roar followed by a scream. Both sounds are far too close to dismiss. He remains inside the tent, listening, aware that something large is moving somewhere in the darkness.
I think we'll go for a tree knock before we settle down, just see if we hear anything. Wait and see if we got a reply back.
Later that night, Dave tries to draw a response using tree knocks. He examines the ground for tracks, claw marks, and any signs of disturbance. Nothing is clearly seen, but the tension stays with the constant feeling that something could still be close. There is never a clear sighting, but the clues start adding up. A roar in the night, a fresh kill, and signs of strength in the area all point toward the same idea. Something large is moving through the forest unseen, but active, changing the feeling of the night. Some viewers thought it may have been a large predator passing through the area, while others believed it could be something less clear. What do you think was out there? The encounter comes from The Journey is the Destination, a paranormal exploration channel centered on real-time ghost investigations in remote and unsettling locations like caves and abandoned places. It is July 7th, 2024 in the United States. The investigator takes his friend Bill into a narrow cave system he had only explored one time before. They move through tight, low-ceiling passages, sometimes crouching just to pass through. The cave opens into small rooms filled with dust, uneven ground, and very little space. As they go farther, the environment becomes more uncomfortable. He explains that extra tunnels continue beyond where they stand, some dropping deeper into the system, but they decide not to continue because of the risk.
Looks like somebody's been doing some, like, seances or rituals in here with all these candles. And they're all the way around here.
While trying to communicate with a flashlight and a K2 meter, a faint noise breaks the silence. It comes from outside the chamber, quiet but clear enough to make them stop. They listen carefully, unsure whether it is natural or something moving inside the cave.
Could have been brought here. The other one, like I said, I think people have died falling in it. I've gotten responses that have suggested that. And then also, there's a spot on the wall where I have gotten, like, when they say that there's a portal there.
They try to get an answer, asking questions and waiting, but nothing follows. The cave stays quiet. If anything is there, it does not respond. The investigation gives very little activity, with only brief, unexplained noises cutting through long stretches of silence, leaving more questions than answers. As they start to leave, the situation shifts. A sudden storm arrives, and heavy rain begins flooding the area, making the ground slick and difficult to cross. They retreat to their vehicle, soaked and struggling through worsening conditions. In the end, the experience becomes a reminder that in places like this, the biggest danger is not always inside. Some viewers felt the noises could be natural, while others believed something may have been moving just beyond sight. What do you think they heard down there? The next disturbing video comes from Mandog Wild, a UK-based outdoor adventure and wild camping channel focused on real exploration, survival challenges, and remote wilderness trips with their dogs. It is March 8th, 2025 in isolated mountain valleys in the United Kingdom. The team moves cautiously over uneven, tick-filled ground as daylight starts to fade. They stop frequently to check the dogs' drink water and watch their surroundings. The valleys feel closed in beneath a gray sky, and visibility slowly begins falling. As they continue, bones and scattered debris begin showing up across the ground, small signs that start changing the mood. The farther they go, the more unusual the place feels.
I'm in someone's camp. They're fucking idiot. I'm gonna walk this way. Get up. Hello? Anyone there?
As they explore deeper, it becomes clear the disturbance is not limited to one location. The activity stretches beyond the campsite, suggesting the area has been used or disturbed more than it first appeared.
Stopping chatting. Because when the Yeti comes up to me, sits down, it's her saying, let's go. It's time to leave. It's time to leave.
Then, the situation shifts. One of the dogs, DC, disappears. This is unusual since she normally stays nearby. The timing makes it worse with darkness coming and the terrain becoming harder to cross.
Yeti would have found them. So, that there's a fire. But surely an abandoned tent. Strange.
The team starts losing their sense of direction while moving around the damaged campsite. The same landmarks appear over and over. The torn tent and fire remain fixed points, but everything else feels disorienting. As visibility decreases, they rely on their other dog Yeti following his instincts to lead them back through the valley. Gradually, they move towards safer ground. This moment is defined by what was left behind, a recently used campsite, abandoned without explanation, adding to the unease. Some viewers thought it may have been a campsite left in a rush, while others felt something stranger had happened there. What do you think took place before they arrived? On October 9th, 2021, professional downhill cyclist Loic Bruni lines up with more than 150 racers at Red Bull Campo Madness. Posted on the Loic Bruni YouTube channel, the video is captured entirely on a GoPro, putting viewers inside a mass start downhill run where speed and danger meet. What starts as a violent launch soon becomes unpredictable as tight lines, dust, and rider mistakes control every second of the descent. As the course drops steeper, the race squeezes together more. Riders force past each other at close distance, every move relying on timing instead of room. In one sudden moment, the group is left shocked as something happens that no rider ever wants to witness.
OTB direct. Oh, ça va, allez les gars, soudez. Allez, 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 on s'entend bien. Allez, Pompon. Allez, Pompon, allez, allez. Allez, allez Pompon. Allez. Mec, où tu vas? Allez les gars. Magnifique, magnifique. Laisse-moi aller. Allez, allez, reprends. Merde, pas grave. Baby. Bien mec. Il y a de la casse. Ouais, ça passe. Propre. Je peux pas faire mieux.
On a steep downhill section, the racers enter a sharp right-hand corner from above. One rider in front commits too early and cuts across the line, hitting another rider who has not fully cleared the turn yet. The collision sends the trailing rider down hard into the dust with bikes tangling as dirt bursts across the track. The pack closes up instantly, forcing others to brake or dodge while the race continues forward.
Excuse. Allez, allez mec. session. Oh, il a déjà brûlé! Putain, laisse-le passer! Putain, rien, t'inquiète. Oh, je craque! Ah, je suis mort. Sa mère! C'est horrible! T'inquiète, c'est bon. Excuse mec. Ouais, j'ai mal. Ouah. Magnifique.
En 14e position. Il lui a manqué 14. Énorme performance.
In the final section, exhaustion starts to show. Riders still battle for position until the final moments, charging through the finish as the chaos finally turns into relief and quiet. Viewers mention how aggressive the riding feels, asking how many crashes happen just outside the frame as Bruni keeps pushing without slowing. If this is what the front camera captures, what kind of chaos is happening behind him, completely unseen? On December 29, 2024, the YouTube channel Smithereens, known for visiting remote and disturbing places, heads deep into Utah's rocky backcountry. What starts as a calm search through ancient caves gradually becomes unsettling as the area begins showing signs that feel far from normal.
We're currently on a cave that Ty showed us. It's really insane. We found bones inside, which was really weird. We were taking in this absolutely just gorgeous view here for a few minutes, but now it's time to go to a different cave that supposedly got artifacts and all sorts of things in it. So we're going to take a look at that. Carl's talking about the bones right now that we're finding in there. Something about it's weird, guys. It's really weird. I don't get a good feeling.
It doesn't look human to me. It's like, I don't know. Human, it's like a little kid or something. Is this a Skinwalker cave?
Yeah, now we gotta start asking the question, why did Ty take us here?
Yeah, what is our bones doing up in here, man?
Yeah, Ty's the Skinwalker. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, you lured us in here for this. That's creepy, man.
That's pretty creepy.
It's specifically put there for sure. Somebody placed those things.
Yeah. It's weird, just the little alcove. We found these bones in here, which is really bizarre. This is an old Native American cave, and Ty said these were not here, or at least he didn't notice them. So I don't know if I should be touching them, but it's really, really weird. It's almost Makes me think of like an offering or something. Huh. Right? So I took a pee break. I didn't see anything, but man, I feel like something could be watching me on that ridge line, especially with what we encountered last night. Like, imagine, that's a scary thought. There's bones in the tree. There's a skull, a vertebrae, a pelvis. There's a full skeleton in the tree.
It is all placed in there. The spinal column and the head. Or that's like the... Yeah, that's the deer up top. It's a pelvis. That is the body of the deer.
Why is it in the tree?
6 feet up in a tree.
At the bottom of the cave. And why are the other bones up there?
There's still like... kind of meat on it, dude. This is like as skinwalker as it gets, man. You didn't put this here, Ty? No. You didn't set this up for us?
Nope. I wish I thought of it. Yeah, I swear. I wish I thought of it.
Dude, that's creepy, man.
That's really creepy.
Inside a shallow cave, the group starts calling the place a possible skinwalker. Cave, troubled by how unnatural the layout appears, they find scattered bones across the ground. At first, they wonder if some could be human. Nearby, a full animal skeleton is discovered placed high on a tree branch, positioned in a way that feels intentional. At that point, they still think the find is the most disturbing part of the day.
Alright, so we're currently in the soot cave. Fire going on. We're putting together some metate pieces. Pretty crazy. Now, Carl did say that he thought he had heard something scurry past outside of the cave.
I'm pretty sure that I heard something run past the opening of the cave, but it was like 40 yards out.
Look, one thing I've learned, when Carl says something, it's serious. Carl does not just say things.
I kept quiet for a minute. I just wanted to see, but it's probably just a deer, coyote, or something.
I mean, yeah, we'll just ignore the bones and, you know. Yeah.
Did it sound like something moved through the bushes?
Yeah, it sounded big. Right. Dude, I'm telling you, Carl's no joke. Every time I'm with Carl.
There might be something out there.
Yeah, I heard something.
Weird energy up here. Yeah. I usually keep real quiet about when I didn't want to read you into it too much, but that way. I know. Let's not project any fear either. Do you see that? That goes way in there, like 20 feet back in there.
I'll go in.
It sounded like a scuff of dirt in there, though.
It did.
You want to stick your face in that hole, dude? Go ahead. I'll film it.
Here we go. It's always me.
Why could I? Oh, I'm the designated cameraman now. Ty, get ready to grab his ankles. Hello? Does it just go straight back?
Yeah. Probably about 10, 15 feet and then it dead ends.
Really?
There's nothing in there.
It only got me a little bit.
There's a snake in your boots.
There's a snake in my boot.
Hello?
See, it's when we get talking about it.
Uh-huh.
Like you're chumming for sharks.
Uh-huh. What are you guys? I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. I'm just gonna sit tight for a minute. All right, so Carl and Ty just branched off. They went somewhere over that direction. There's their light. It kind of looks like eyes behind me. That's bizarre. All right, we're gonna ignore it. I kind of just wanted to stay in this meadow just for a minute by myself. I don't want to say make myself bait, but I don't know. I kind of want to take it in and like just be here alone for a minute, see what happens. So if anything happens, I'll obviously put it in the video. If nothing happens, well, yeah. See if we see anything on the mountainside.
While inside the cave, a sudden noise moves quickly past the entrance. It sounds heavy, fast, and close, like a large body forcing through brush. No movement can be seen. The group later talks about Skinwalker lore, including the belief that these beings may follow people who intrude, causing nightmares and strange disturbances long after they leave. Only later do they understand this sound may not have been a warning, but a reaction. Carl decides to remain behind alone in the open meadow while the others move ahead. After he calls out, several pairs of reflective eyes appear on the hillside between them. They do not act like normal wildlife. He watches in silence, realizing the response feels unlike anything they have faced before. Wildlife is still possible, but the timing and reactions create uncomfortable questions. If nothing was there, why did something only appear after being acknowledged?